Good afternoon to you and thanks for joining Ogun State Television News at 2. I am Adibola Oshomoji. And just before we start, let's remind you that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogun TV and Ogun State Television, YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, you can check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download OGTV app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the news. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has discharged and acquitted suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, of a 23-count charge of alleged non-declaration of assets filed against him by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Delivering judgment, Justice James Omotosho held that the Anti-Narcotics Agency failed to provide sufficient evidence to prove the allegations against Kyari and his two brothers, who were also accused of swearing false affidavits to conceal the origin of certain properties. The judge held that the prosecution did not tender credible document linking Kyari to landed properties in Fountain Estate, Kasana, said to belong to Ramatu Kyari, or to properties located on Linda Choko Road in Asokoro and in Maiduguri, Borno State. Newly sworn-in Inspector General of Police, Tunji Diso, has inaugurated a committee on the establishment of state police. As part of ongoing discussions on policing reforms, President Bola Tinubu, during the breaking of fast with senators at the Presidential Villa Abuja, urged the leadership of the 10th Senate to initiate constitutional amendment to provide for the establishment of state police. The President said decentralized policing would strengthen security at the grassroots and improve rapid response to threats within state, noting that the current centralized structure required constitutional review to accommodate the proposed reform. Speaking during the inauguration, Disu said the committee's task was to examine the concept of state policing as part of effort to strengthen Nigeria's internal security architecture and improve community-based policing.
And coordination of state police structures. Address issues relating to recruitment, training standards, and resource allocation. Develop robust accountability and oversight mechanism to ensure professionalism and public trust.
Here in Ogun State, the management team of Zenith Bank PLC has paid a courtesy visit to the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Takwa Abiodun, at the Okemoso Governor's Office, where it commended Abiodun's administration for what it calls unprecedented transformation of the state. The delegation was led by the Group Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the bank, Daura Umoji, and included Executive Director Akin Ogunwati, Assistant General Manager, Zona Health Southwest 3, Mrs. Joke Akinwosi and Afolake Ogunfowora. Ogunwati described the engagement as a long-awaited opportunity to deepen ties with the state government. In a post-meeting interview, he described Ogun as receptive and accommodating for businesses, attributing the influx of factories by many of the bank's customers to the administration's heavy investment in infrastructure.
The governor is a friend of the bank, and we've had a long-standing relationship with the Ogun State government for many years, and we have only come here on a courtesy call to appreciate the governor for the partnership that we've had over the years, and to also look at other areas in which we can support the state government in achieving its goals and aspirations. So that's really the essence of our visit. It's essentially to show the governor that we really support the great strides that is achieving in the state, the laudable projects that he has been undertaking, and that we will continue to see ways in which we can further partner with the state government.
In his remarks, the Governor Abiodun welcomed the delegation and expressed appreciation for the bank's willingness to expand its relationship with the state. He noted that Zenith Bank had maintained a long-standing partnership with Ogun and affirmed his administration's openness to mutually beneficial collaborations. He added that the administration's development blueprint, anchored on the Ishaya pillars, has positioned Ogun as a leading state in education, ease of doing business, and housing delivery, with about 7,000 housing units constructed in the past 6 years. Ogun State House of Assembly Committee on Public Accounts and Anti-Corruption has commended Governor Dapo Abiodun-led administration for the developmental strides across the state. This is just as it appealed for the urgent repairs of swamp bridges at the Ministry of Environment to further consolidate on the success achieved in preventing flash flood ahead of the rainy season. Members of the committee, led by Honorable Damilare Bello, made the appeal while playing host to the management of the Ministry of Environment, led by Permanent Secretary Dr. Kafayat Lawal, during the ongoing consideration of the 2024 Auditor General's report at the Assembly Complex of Kumoso, Abeokuta. Equally directed the ministry to submit its fixed asset register bank statement of accounts domiciled with Sterling Bank from January 24 to date, alongside other documents detailing records of vendors and contractors and others like network mast providers, and as well as other expenditure line items. Similarly, the committee commended the management of the state hospital, Ijabode, led by Dr. Banjo Adeoye Adetola, for providing quality healthcare service to residents in the neighboring communities. The committee also directed that the hospital management to submit bank statements from January to December 2024 with explanations on unspent funds and provide supporting documents covering drugs, laboratory and medical supplies. The All Progressives Congress, APC, in Ogun State has officially inaugurated a new state executive committee to pilot the affairs of the party for the next 4 years. The 35-member executive council, led by Chief Yemi Sanusi, was sworn in at a well-attended ceremony held at the party state secretariat. The event underscored a renewed commitment to unity, internal cohesion, and strategic consolidation as the party prepares for the 2027 general elections. Margaret Okunola reported that the inauguration ceremony drew party faithful and stakeholders from across the state.
Newly elected executives of the All Progressives Congress in Ogun State have been officially sworn in to pilot the affairs of the party for the next 4 years. The 35-member State Executive Committee was earlier elected under the supervision of the APC Congress Committee and the presence of officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission and party stakeholders. Following their screening and clearance by the party's national leadership, the committee is to be chaired by Chief Yemi Sanusi.
I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully, and in accordance with the constitution of the party.
We look at the people that the party brought forward, and we didn't find anybody wanting. They're all credible people, and in all the events we have been to, we've seen the harmony within the party. no dissenting voice. So we found out that in their own due diligence, they have brought the best set of people forward.
In his remarks, the state chairman, Chief Yemi Sanusi, expressed appreciation to Governor Dapo Abiodun and the party leadership at both the national and state levels for the confidence reposed in the new executive.
I charge all of you to be dedicated and see it as a challenge. From today, we must face the 2027 elections squarely by going back to our various local governments and ward. All officers must deliver a duty according to the constitution of our party.
Members of the executive committee, drawn from the 20 local government areas of the state, pledged their commitment to strengthening the party structure and delivering effectively on their mandate.
We have been doing everything justice and fairness, and by the special grace of God, we will continue doing like that. The party in the East is well prepared and continue to grow stronger and stronger in the mobilization exercise.
We must greet our governor. Governor is doing well.
To work along with my fellow women in the state and to make sure that we include all our women across the 20 local governments.
The Sanusi-led executive also reaffirmed its resolve to promote unity within the party and consolidate its position ahead of the 2027 general election. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
The chairman of the electoral delegate from the National Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress in Ogun State, Chief Wale, has described as peaceful, well-organized and all-inclusive the state congress. He also notes that the conduct of the congress is a template for their state to emulate. Fowora Adesanwo reports.
A state congress with a loud statement of coherence in the ruling party, the All Progressive Congress in Ogun State. Everyone who might have converged on the Hubert of Gunde's Hall, June 12 Cultural Center, Kutu Abeokuta, to elect those who will navigate the ship of the All Progressive Congress beyond the election year and for the next 4 years. Big wigs, including Mr. Tunde Lemon and Professor Yabo Obasanjo Bello, Senator Solomon Olamilekan Adeola, members of the National Assembly and Ogun State Executive Council, Ogun State Assemblymen present, and past leadership, chairman, and councillors from 20 local government areas and local government party executives joined the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, and his deputy, Engineer Noimon Salako Idele, to elect new executive for the Ogun State APC. Chief Wale Ohu, who led the national executive officers from the APC National Secretariat Abuja, acknowledged the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) team and the watertight security architecture provided at the venue. Chief Owu said, with affirmative system allowed by the APC constitution, corruption, favoritism, and disloyalty are checkmated, making them having no place in the party, while democracy is entrenched and deepened. Members agree.
Democracy that we started 25 years ago is growing strong in Nigeria, and democracy is in action.
As you can see, it's an history process. All the candidates were all overwhelmingly endorsed by all the delegates. So you can say this is one of the best Congress we ever had in Ogun State.
What we are going to do with this is to work for the party, to make sure the party goes on well, everybody is carried along, and all-inclusive program for everybody, so that all of us as a party, all Progressive Party members, will be happy. Chief
Yemi Sanusi, at his inaugural speech, said he would work for the unity and harmony of the party APC, which it described as the largest party in Africa.
While imposing ICC, EPC is not negotiable. We shall continue to uphold party supremacy and ensure that our internal mechanism for conflict resolution are strengthened and respected.
The governor of Ogun State, Mr. Abiodun, affirmed that the train of the party is moving in the right direction without leaving anyone behind.
Let it be unequivocal. Influence peddling, manipulation of structures, and transactional politics have no place in a progressive party like ours. Such practices may create the illusion of short-term advantage, but will ultimately weaken our institutions, diminish trust, and erode the moral authority upon which enduring political process of success is built.
180 delegates and 400 special delegates participated in the rancor-free Ogun State APC State Congress. Adefowora Adesonwo, OGTV News.
The year 2026 special iftar by the Ogun State government holds on Friday, 6th of March. Venue is Arcade Ground, Governor's Office, Okimoson, Abeokuta. According to a statement by Secretary to the State Government, Tokumbo Talabi, the event will start 4 p.m. Officers in Ogun State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology have been advised not to relent in their duties towards supporting the present administration and the state to continually achieve its aim of repositioning the lives of the younger generations in order to make them relevant in the society. The State Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, who gave this charge during the 4th Ramadan lecture organized by the Muslim community of the Education Ministry, expressed satisfaction towards various initiatives embarked upon by the ministry to promote educational and ethical values among the children. Engineer Salako Oyedele was optimistic that the results of the investment and intervention of the government, conceptualized by the leadership of the ministry and implemented by various officers in their different departments, are going to be apparent in the next few years through numerous impacts and achievements that would be recorded by the learners in their future endeavors. In the ministry, Bayomi Arigbabo encouraged the Muslim faithful to use the content of the lecture to correct their mistakes and turn their lives around for better. Professor Arigbabo appreciated the Deputy Governor for being passionate towards other issues that promote sanity, not only among the learners, but in the lives of the citizens as a whole. Welcoming the dignitaries to the occasion, the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Oluwatosin Oloko, charged the people to use the forum for remembrance of God, urging them to uphold the tenet of Islam in this holy month of Ramadan. Speaking on the topic, ethical leadership in the digital age, embedding taqwa in technology, governance and public life, The National Chief Imam Al-Bakr Islamic Society of Nigeria, Dr. Mutiu Agboke, described ethical leadership as the practice of directing an organization or team using strong moral principles such as integrity, honesty, fairness, and respect. A prominent business tycoon in Yewa, Ogun State, Chief Sunday Ajileye, has marked his 52nd birthday by distributing food items and cash gifts to over 1,000 residents of Owode Yewa. The gesture, witnessed by traditional rulers and clerics, specifically targets other less privileged, including widows and struggling small business owners. Taiwo Fabajo reports.
Birthday celebrations remain a yearly tradition, but Chief Sunday Ajileye transformed his anniversary into a remarkable display of selfless service. The distribution of essential commodities and cash grants triggers a wave of appreciation across the community as residents gather to receive the gifts. During the ceremony, the guest speaker and other dignitaries described the celebrant as a tolerant and accommodating leader whose influence extends beyond the business sector.
That people should emulate him and buy from his idea that they should begin to use their sources to put laughter into the mouth of people.
He is a giver and a nice man. People should always imbibe such traits.
We all know that he has strived for many people, irrespective of religious leaning. He doesn't discriminate and he assists people across borders.
Recipients of the food items express their gratitude through prayers for the celebrant's longevity and continued success. Chief Sunday Ajileye shares his joy with the crowd, maintaining that the outreach is his personal way of giving back to the community that supports his ventures.
I thank God for my life. I vow to God that I'll give to people when He bless me.
The event stands as a testament to his ongoing commitment to improving the lives of those in need within Owode Yewa. Taiwo Fabajo, OGTV News.
And on the foreign stage, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has accused the United States of committing an atrocity by sinking an Iranian Navy ship off Sri Lanka and warned it would bitterly regret, the president said. His comment came after U.S. officials confirmed that an American submarine trooped and sank the Iranian frigate Irizidina in the Indian Ocean in what they described as part of Washington's expanding war against Iran. U.S. War Secretary Pete Hegseth said the strike demonstrated the reach of American forces, calling it a quiet death, and saying the vessel had believed it was safe in international waters. Authorities in Sri Lanka said the ship issued a distress call only about 40 kilometers south of the port city of Gale. Rescue teams saved 32 crew members, but dozens remained missing, and officials feared that at least 80 sailors may have been killed. Naval aircraft and patrol boat continued search operations as Sri Lanka officials said the vessel had completely sunk by the time rescuers reached the other side, leaving only an oil slick behind. In sport, Pep Guardiola has insisted the Premier League title race is not over after Manchester City's shock 2-2 draw against lowly Nottingham Forest handed the initiative to leaders Arsenal. Pep Guardiola's side twice squandered the lead at the Etihad Stadium as goals from Anthony Semenyo and Rodri were cancelled out by Morgan Gibbs-White and then Elliot Anderson. Savio had a shot cleared off the line by Murillo with the last kick of the game to compound City's frustration. The failure to kill off Forest was bad enough, but the news from the South Coast was even worse as a 1-0 win for leaders Arsenal at Brinton left the title race out of City's control. Arsenal are now 7 points clear of City and have the destiny of the title in their hands as they chase their first English crown since 2004. And before we go, let's remind you that bravery is acknowledging your fear and doing it anyway. And now we have come to the end of the news at 2. Many thanks for being there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.